The divine presence of Spirit is nearer to us than our own breath. Our spiritual journey is guided by the infinite in every moment, no matter that we may forget. Spirit knows, sees, and remembers our perfection. Today we celebrate our oneness in thought, in word, and in action. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I feel challenged with this microphone because I was watching it earlier. So I'll try. I hope you can hear me. We're following the Science of Mind textbook this year, reading a short part of the textbook, or sometimes longer parts of the textbook each day. And by the time we finish the year, we'll have all read the entire Science of Mind textbook in our own individual, unique way. And certainly, I hear people say what a great experience it's been to get back into the book, and the pattern or path by which we've taken to learn about it has been an interesting one. We have not been going from front to back, but we've been weaving through the chapters in a different approach. And it's always interesting to be the practitioner of the day on Sunday. I'm sure my peers here, the other practitioners, have found this to be the case, that when you have to speak on Sunday with the day's reading, it could be an easy experience or a tough one. And today was a little tough. Today's about psychics. And we totally believe that there's one mind, and we're all connected in the one mind. So it would be no surprise that some people develop an ability to recognize their oneness in the mind and to be able to move through that energy. And Ernest Holmes says we're all psychics. We all have that ability to read the energy, read the vibration, but some of us develop that in a way that allows us to make more meaning of it, or to have a better comprehension of what that is. I always like to think of it as my intuition. I may not be able to put a story to what's coming through to me, but I always feel it. And so when I relax into that knowingness, I understand Ernest Holmes' approach to the energy that's moving, the thought that's moving. And but it's not an easy thing to talk, especially if you're new to Science of Mind, because the impression that we have today about psychics there might be a little bit of a sense about it as entertainment or can't be trusted. But in our principle, we believe that there is really one mind, and we are all connected in that one mind. So we take it very seriously, and Ernest Holmes teaches us considerable information about it. But I was trying to think about what I would speak to today, and without turning it into a big lesson, like a class lesson, I was a little bit challenged. So I'm reading the section on it and not quite finding it, and then I'm reading back a few pages and forward a few pages, and there was one little section that really jumped out at me, so I decided I would read it to you guys. And so we're in the section about the subjective mind, which is very important to us. And Ernest Holmes has a little section, you may have heard this before, called Subjective Mind and Inspiration. I've read this before. And he says, since the individual subjective mind is the storehouse of memory, it retains all the eye has seen, the ear heard, or the mentality conceived. Since it contains much that the outer man never consciously knew, and is the receptacle of much of the race knowledge throughout unconscious communication, it must and does have a knowledge that far surpasses the objective faculties. So our subjective mind is capturing everything that's ever been experienced in the universe is captured into the subjective. It's the storehouse. I love that idea. It's the storehouse of all knowledge, of all experience. And we believe that we have our individualized subjective mind, and then that there's the large one, universal subjective mind, and we can since it's one, we can tap into the subjective mind. All knowledge is there. And then he says, realizing that the subjective draws to itself everything that it is in sympathy with, I love that. Everything that we're in sympathy with means everything that we resonate with, we draw into us. And the subjective mind is moving around us in that resonating energy. We see that everyone who is sympathetically inclined towards that thought vibrates to the thought and might pick up the entire emotion and experience as if it were being brought to the surface. I'm paraphrasing a little bit in there. And so the subjective mind, all the energy, the thought that's in the universe is molding around us, is part of us, reflects us, and expresses its essence as we live without consciously knowing what's going on. And this is why we really practice in our spiritual practice to work with our subjective essence, to know who we are. Some of us think we are clearing out our subjective mind of old stuff and making a reservoir of newness. And so today, be inspired. Be inspired. And all of the knowledge, all the inspiration, all the greatness is already present in the one mind. And so I'd like to go into prayer. If you choose to, you can close your eyes and relax. And we always start our morning prayer with 1 minute of silence. Right here, right now, from this beautiful moment of stillness, as we breathe in the life of the One, of the Infinite, as we breathe in the love that surrounds us, as we breathe in the joy that builds us, as we breathe in the wholeness that sustains us, right here in this perfect, beautiful moment, the essence of God, the essence of Spirit is present. And we feel this oneness, we feel this wholeness, we feel this love, we feel this joy. Deep in our heart and deep in our mind, we know that there is only one, and we are this one expressing right here and right now. We know that there is never separation. There is only wholeness. We know that we are Spirit. We are God expressing. We are expressing the perfect nature of the infinite. And we choose to be open to this truth. We choose to be open to this experience. And from this place, we declare, we know, we demand, we claim in the universal mind, in the universal intelligence, that the goodness of all life flows through us, expresses perfectly, expresses fully, expresses with great harmony and joy. We know we are Spirit, right here and right now. And in this deep sense of knowing, in this inspired place of living, we step into life with an incredible anticipation, an incredible excitement, and a knowing and a deep knowing that all is good in our life.